Yo, 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 welcome back to another vlog. Then the council get involved, because apparently that isn't wide enough. Councils! You may be wondering why I'm stood here next to where our bins usually are against the white wall. That's because Jay's now here. As I told you in one of the previous vlogs, we're bringing Jay in to beef out our media operations. And Jay is a super skilled editor, videographer. He's got all the gizmos, he's got this, he's got a trunk full of...
That's not mine.
We need to upgrade our thumbnail quality. At the moment, Sonny does them on Canva and we just take screen grabs. It's not the right way to do it and we've just never got round to doing a proper photo shoot. But now we have Jay here with the right equipment. We're gonna get real nice high def photos of me in different outfits, wearing high vis, wearing shirts, wearing other things, doing expressions like shocked face, and happy face, and then gesture stuff like, look at this thing over here that I'm holding. Could be some keys, could be a property, could be a left or right kind of scenario. So we're gonna get loads of that, loads of variations. Then Jay has all the stock footage he needs to create thumbnails again and again and again, not needing to ask me every other day for photos. But also, Jay's here. Jay, say hi to the camera.
Hi, I'm Jay.
You wouldn't believe like how, you know, sometimes the universe just like pulls things together perfectly, which was exactly what happened here. I was away skiing and went, we need to upgrade our media quality. That'll help me move around management and different departments so I can focus more on marketing and things like that. And went, well, we need a great editor. We need someone who can come in and tackle various problems in the editing suite so that me and Sonny can just focus on strategy and filming content. Put a job ad out, had about 50 people come through. Jay comes along and Jay also wants to get into property. And he's local, and he knows all the stuff that we need him to know. So you're gonna see a lot more content coming out from us three, from Beaumont Partners in general. So stay tuned, subscribe, comment, peace. And here we are, we're at a new property. I've actually never seen this one before. Dad and one of the boys, I think Sammy, viewed it. Looked like a really good property, so it's been bought. We also own this one. Cool property, good size, good street. We've got another one down there we've just completed on with an investor. That's 2 flats that we're knocking into an 8-bed. This is ready-made to be a 7-bed. It's got some nice features as well. This little walk-through tiles here. Got its own little doggy, it's cool. Property's nice and spacious. Look how big the rooms are. These are big rooms. Yeah, it's decent, this. I think we're doing back-to-back en-suites again. So we have an en-suite and then an off-suite upstairs. But yeah, I'll just walk you through it. We'll just do a straightforward walkthrough. You've got a bedroom here, nice and easy. Get all this shit off the walls. It's just crap and it'll break and it'll be a maintenance problem one day. En-suite in here, bedroom, nice and big. There's just that extra girth on it. It's like 20% bigger than most of your Victorians.
That's what she said.
All of this going out. I thought we had to do an extension here. Looks like we don't. So that saves a lot of hassle. Bang that out there, stick a big lintel in, just open plan in it. Oh, it's got nails on it. An old stove. That is fucking old as fuck. But yeah, take that out. Big open plan kitchen diner. We'll drag it out up the corridor a little bit as well. All the bedrooms are massive, so we don't need a lot of extra square footage in our communal area. And every bedroom's gonna have its own little kitchenette anyway. I know what we could do here to make this space a lot better, but it's an extra cost. We've got an okay sized bathroom. Like, this is all right to be a bedroom. Like, if we just knock it all out, just do a bedroom, put the ensuite somewhere else. However, we could take back a lot more space. We bring this wall, just a stud wall, bring that out to here, and then put the doorway here, and then re-kite the stairs so the treads come out here instead. And then we get all of this back to that bedroom. Second window. Could probably even get the ensuite in there. Something to think about, but again, the cost, I mean, to be fair, it's not that costly, turning stairs. It's just a tube. It's redoing the spindles and things like that. Here, massive fucking bedroom. Don't need to get the breasts out of these. The breasts aren't really doing much. Breasts do affect your furniture layout, which always pisses me off. Move the doorway though. Doorway's in an awkward position. You really want it here. You put it here, and then your ensuite's behind it. You've got that dead lobby area that's never useful for anything. So you just have your turn of the door in there, and then the bed can sit against the flat wall here. TV mounted on the chimney breast. Little kitchenette can tie into there. So that might be a way of getting around needing to move the chimney breast. We'll then do back-to-back en-suite. So we'll do an off-suite here for the bathroom conversion one, and then another bathroom on the back of it for this bedroom. But this is massive. We'll take this fireplace out. Bay needs a little bit of TLC. Then we'll look upstairs as well, which is another huge benefit. It's already converted, but it's converted above the ceiling, which is annoying. The reason it's annoying is because we lose head height. The head height is quite restricted, so when we put in new floors, we'll drop them in below. So we'll take out the ceiling and drop it down to then a 2.3 or 2.4 head height on that first floor. So then you're gaining space in the attic. It's just annoying how tight it is. There's 1.5. And that's how they measure the size of the room for HMO compliance.
What you want to know for you?
2 bedrooms.
Yeah,
but I think we need to dormer at the back. It's the only way around it. But this one's got an ensuite down there.
He goes, Ken, why'd it cost so much?
Ken, why'd it cost you so much money? That bedroom will have its ensuite downstairs. This bedroom, we're just gonna have to stick a big dormer on it. There's no way around it. Big dormer out here. And then probably ensuite in that corner then. That's the only annoying thing really, but I thought there was an extension on this, which there isn't, so that's nice. But we do need a dormer. So you either do a dormer or you can drop the floor down, but that dropping the floor down is a chew, where someone else has already done it. Well, they've not done it, but they've already put a good floor in. It's a solid floor. But then if we get that head height there, what's the best way to get this ensuite in? You can get a shower in there.
Shitter over there. You want it facing that way, really?
Unless we do a combined sink and toilet thing.
Oh, fucking awful.
They are small though. Or we put the sink open in the bedroom. That's not that uncommon.
We're creating fucking high premium grade offering to working professionals.
I know.
Not DSS, DOS houses.
Hey, but where do we put it? Because that's a problem, that. So our dormer can only come out to about here. I mean, there is lobby space there we can
That's
steal
all
back.
right. Bang that back here. Fucking drop that cunt. Got all this then.
Yeah. It's quite straightforward though, this property. It's in good nick.
That is fucking sizzled, to be honest. It's better than the other shite you've had.
I do buy some shit sometimes. But look, it's so cheap that, like, you make up for it anyway. Anyway, that's this property. So it's pretty straightforward 7-bed.
Hey, there you go. Another message from He's wanting to buy another one.
That's what you like, mate.
Premium service in the North East.
We are at Buzzers Bar. This is a large commercial to residential scheme that we got full planning for. A jousting match with the local council to get 2 8-bed HMOs in here and 6 apartments. But we won in the end. Went to committee, went through this and through that. We got the scheme through planning, happy days, and we are going through pre-construction now as we get the financing sorted. We basically just parked resources elsewhere for now. But I'm here today to tell you about the stopping up application. Just a little nugget for anyone doing developments. This bit of land here, from there down there in a line, is actually our land. But over the years, the council have absorbed it into their highways. It's still our land, but we have to get it back off of them. Because of all the years that it's been highways land and utilised by the public, we have to go through what's called a stopping up application to reclaim the land for the purposes of our development. Basically, stick up notices, they notify local press, council and other people, telecoms providers, people like that, to tell them what's happening and see if they object. So I was here in a vlog not long ago, putting up the papers and that, and I was like, who's really going to object to this? Well, it turns out we had 2 objections. One of the objections was from Virgin Media, because they've got apparatus in this location right here, just under this ground, but they've shown us their electrical map. I spoke with Virgin, went back and forth over it, determined that our extension and the footings for our extension will be nowhere near the apparatus, so we'll be fine. And they removed their objection. And I was like, cool. Then the council get involved. Councils! They took so long on this scheme anyway, just incompetence. That was their excuse, still 3 years after. Bad excuses, proper shit. Then it went through committee, back and forth again. Paid them S106 because we're gonna have to drop this curb here, yeah? Which we're gonna pay for anyway. We're gonna drop this curb and there's gonna be parking requirements here. So we need to paint some lines on the road. And to paint those lines on the road is gonna cost us £5 grand. Bit fucking mental, but anyway, sorted. And now they're objecting to us doing this because of the gap that it's gonna leave between this lamppost and the grass verge and our new wall that we're gonna build. And it's gonna be like a dwarf wall that goes all the way around the perimeter with a bit of fencing that side and a 2-storey extension there. That's then going to leave this gap right here. A nice footpath for the public to walk down. It's 1.4 metres wide. And they've said 1.4 metres is not good enough. We need it to be 2.5 metres and you need to pay for it. And I'm like, huh? Wait, all of this comes down to them wanting this footpath here to be wider, trying to say that wheelchair access and things like that. If I'm in a fucking wheelchair, that's fine. 1.4 is fine. Such a short period as well. It's not like this is a long 100-metre alley with walls built up on each side. You've still got the grass verge here, nice and open plan. Really, it makes no difference to the council whatsoever. But they want us to dig all this up, extend it another metre that way, take this out, move this lamppost over here, make it all good. They want to move all these chambers away from the extension. We are actually going to reroute some of these chambers because they're drainage chambers and we need to move them anyway. They're asking for all these things because apparently that's not wide enough. They think it will be hazardous for people walking through because it'll be so narrow. And I'm just like, what planet are you living on? So I've gone back to them with like a very long, firm email where I've said, not only are we not going to pay for this at all in any way, and then hit all the bullet points, used a bit of ChatGPT as well to help me hit on some policies that I can pull from, because there is no designated widths to the pathways. So they're not using any specific policy to fight us. They're just saying, we want you to extend it. And I've said, not only are we not going to pay for that, I also don't think the public will appreciate public funds getting paid to extend this. So no one should be putting that kind of money in. And knowing the councils, this is a 10 grand job to them. All the permissions you probably need to unearth all the electrics there and move that over. It's stupidity. So it's a bit of a battle with them to get that sorted. Once that is sorted, then the council will remove their objection, which I'm sure we'll win because this is nonsensical. Then that's all the conditions discharged and the site is ready to rock and Bro, that's just a bit more bullshit you have to deal with as a developer. I wonder why we're not building enough fucking houses. And the council are going,
Actually, that's not wide enough, that needs to be another fucking metre.
and South Shields themselves are massively under their housing supply, like massively under. They've got housing targets to hit and they're nowhere near them. They're getting pressure from central government to deliver more housing, and then you've got some idiot at a desk going, actually, yeah, that's going to be a problem here. Someone needs to spend loads of money, and we actually objecting and stopping this development that's going to house a good 40, 50 people because we want you to widen this pathway, because apparently that isn't wide enough. Stupid shit, that's buzzers, go somewhere else now. And we're here at one of our own projects. This bad boy. So this one's getting filmed by the BBC for Homes Under the Hammer. And we're here today. There's been a bit of a blockade in our works because we have a strange roof. They're like engineering trusses that have been put in by the old owner who had a pan fire, replaced the roof, put in engineering trusses, nice and cheap, easy job. Doesn't mean we've got a spanking new roof, but we want to convert the loft. We don't want to start messing around with those trusses without getting the structural engineer to come have a look at them. But he's been super busy away on a big job down in the south, so we've had to wait for him to be able to come up and look at it. So we're taking a look at it now, and we've got a subcontractor here as well looking at stuff. So we'll do this first, and I'll explain more after. Hello, sir. How you doing? Love the Porsche. Beautiful.
I was expecting it. I was ready, waiting for it.
Oh, mate, no, we're going. We're going. Here fucking is, it's Kyle. Go on, what are you saying about these then? Are these a problem or?
Well, we'll go through that now. But what I need to understand is when we drop steel in here, we can wall plate that side, and that the timbers can span across then. Obviously, if you do a sort of floor design for us, we know in principle it's just going to be 82s, I can imagine, then, is it?
Yeah, because it's only short span on this.
But then...
So good news is, we might be able to gain enough height up there so that we don't have to do a dormer. So we can just get a big room independent of needing a dormer, which is good. Because the dormer is just another 5-7 grand additional to the works. And we've already got to do a big extension here and convert. Well, to be fair, there's not much to convert. We're ripping all this out and then we're just dropping in a new floor, but it is then re-supporting the trusses. But it seems like, from what Kyle's saying, our structural engineer, it seems like it's much easier than we initially thought. Because we were worried that there's not big supporting purlings or a ridge beam running through here. The webbing of the trusses is actually self-supporting its own weight, and then that's then lent on this spinal wall. We just had no idea really, like, how do you go about that? It's not a typical loft where you've got the Queen's posts and we know how to pull it out and re-support the purlings just with new steels basically. And it's a spanking new roof and we don't want to waste the roof. But it seems like it's quite easy to do, so happy days.
Well, I do have somebody who I can probably get it done this week.
Oh, gas.
But you're talking Thursday afternoon.
We couldn't get this big enough, was to do 2 rooms in the loft, which means
right,
dormer,
to make
the space downstairs. Whereas if we just make that as big as possible, then we know just one room there's sound and we just crack on the rest of it.
Like you said, we can definitely get the ensuite and that room up there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, you know what I mean? It's flat, could be a flat up there, really.
Yeah, that'd be big, that.
So we normally stick 2 in when we drop the floor in, but obviously some of them have got like a low pitch on them, haven't they? Yeah. You know, then when you drop it, it's still crampy, isn't it?
Yeah.
But like I say, then we just stick the one.
And this house is weird, mate. It's like narrow at the front, but it's actually when you get to the back.
Because it's on the angle, it spreads at the back.
Yeah, spreads weird.
What are these drawn in?
Look, I can just self-taught myself how to do this to keep costs down. But I did it in SketchUp. So we get a digital survey of the draft system, and then we'll also do some laser measures to correct things, sketch up lines, and then drop it into layout, and then I'll lay over all the keys and references. It's a bit of a work in progress, but so much cheaper than an architect though. They charge me like 2.5 grand for it.
Can you get an output in like CAD? Just a basic output in CAD? From our point of view, most of it will design within like 100 mil or so.
Yeah, so it'll still work.
Yeah, so then if on site there's a little tweak, it's still fine.
Yeah, happy days. It's everything we kind of wanted to hear, so that means this job can get cracking quickly. We had to backburner it a bit just to get these answers properly. Then, now we've got these answers, get the structural stuff sorted, make the whole envelope watertight, everything prepped, and then we just fly in there, start our first fix, and from that point it's pretty quick to completion. So, and then we get the BBC back in, and we go, hey look, buy our services, invest with us, and use the BBC as a platform. It's amazing. Yeah, anyway, that's this project. See you somewhere next. We are here at 6-bed HMO refurbishment. It's looking smart. It's going through now to decoration. So we've pretty much whitewashed the whole place. Second coat's going on. Second fix electrics are in. I'm going to show you our new sockets. Quite cool. And one of the lads just passed me one of their mates' CVs who's looking for project management. He's just got his degree in architecture. He's got about 5 years on-site construction experience. So it's always good to try and bring in younger people into our management systems as long as they do have the relevant experience, because generally speaking, they work hard, they're more cost effective, and they can adopt new systems and technologies that we're using. But you do need to make sure they've got that experience, because that experience that really counts when you're managing these projects. Right here is the entrance, and let's see how we're getting on. It's a painty, wainty. Got our feature panels, should be going on next week, so as long as everything dries nicely. But let me show you these chromes. Hello, sir.
Yeah,
All good, mate. Look at this. It's called a gunmetal black, which is quite cool. So it's not chrome, it's a different vibe. So it is black, but it's also silver. It's gun metal black silver, what that means. Got, see black accents going on? Got black taps and showers and bits and bobs and black hinges. So that'd be cool. And then it's getting those feature panels in as well. So run from here. So if you come out here, you'll be able to see, we'll run a dado about this height all the way along, and then tongue and groove just to fill out the rest. Paint it a nice new colour, and then work our sockets and everything else around them, and it'll just add a splash of colour and make these rooms look a lot smarter in the marketing photos. And it's all about getting that wow factor, you know. When you've got tenants coming around, and here's a good way to think about it mathematically. You'll own this asset for, let's say, 10 years, 6 tenants. Let's say they switch out every year. That's 60 times someone's going to walk through a door and look at your bedroom and get that first impression 60 times over a 10-year period. And obviously that's assuming that each new viewing for each prospective tenant only takes 1 time to let that room. Really, you could quite easily double, maybe even triple that number. So that could be 120, 180 people, 180 moments where someone's going to walk into that room and go, I'll make a buying decision. Are they going to stay in that room? And as long as it's like a, oh wow, this room's cool, sign me up, because they'll get about 10 minutes in there, and then they'll send off their application and fill it all out, and then they're also going to put a number against that in their head, and it's a bit of a psychological thing. So the more you can make it that wow factor when you walk in, whilst also obviously saving on cost and trying not to spend too much money on these projects, malinvest in capital to add all kinds of features and accents and bits and bobs, which I see people do, but there is an over the top limit. You want to make sure people look at it and go, this is professional, it's smart, it's nice, am I going to find much better on the market for this sort of price point? Sign me up. So you've got 180 times that could happen over a 10-year period, so it's well worth putting in those little bits and bobs that make it look nicer. Let's just go upstairs so you can see what we're finishing off the stairs. A little fast forward here. Oh, I'm doing it again, sorry mate. I am.
Sorry, mate.
I am a c***. Let's go, let's go. So new bathroom in there. Come through this way. It's one of the bigger rooms. So we used up all this landing here. So all this landing was just wasted space. It just turned up the stairs. We then had to pull the stairs to increase the landing size up there. Then we were left with this void. Rather than do nothing with it, we've done a built-in wardrobe for this room, which was the pokier room, to try and give it that bit more space. You can see you've got all our, well, there are bedsides there. This is for then the worktop that will go here. There's a little built-in kitchen. TV on the wall. And then built-in wardrobe. Now I prefer the built-in wardrobes, and I think honestly we might just do it as a standard. No, I actually said TV, sorry mate. Said Stevie. But yeah, the built-in wardrobes, I mean, you get so much more for it. Let's look at it. And this is a small wardrobe as well. You get a full rail up here, and you get more volumetric space in this than you will in the ones you can buy off the shelf. And then you've got a lot more floor space, so you can stick a shelf down there. But if we went full ceiling heights with these, which we would do if it was within the room, it's just because it's gone through another stud wall rather than cut it all out. It's easier doing it like this, but you could then have cupboards above and even more space. Material-wise, it costs about the same, probably a bit cheaper than buying the wardrobe itself. But there's 2 other variables to consider. There's the labour duration on building it. So yes, all in all, building a wardrobe will be more expensive than buying a wardrobe, but you're probably going to have to replace that standalone wardrobe after about a 10-year period or something like that. Maybe it'll last longer, whereas that will last forever. So you're getting a bigger wardrobe. It's going to last way longer, but it might be a bit more expensive on the capex initially, but for the long term, it's actually a lot cheaper year on year. So upstairs, let's look at it. So yeah, we've got our handrails on now as well. Nice stairway up. We've left the light to pull down a bit as well, so it's not too claustrophobic. This is the benefit that we've gotten from moving these stairs to get this landing. massively increased head height. Before, you'd come to here and it was just that bit bait. If you're really small, it'd be all right. But it is just, it's the purling that does it. The actual pitch itself is fine. So there's about 3 grand's worth of work here just to move this landing over to get this much more space. But it does work much nicer for a tenant. So if you think about it, this tenant might have to come up and down here 4 times a day. So it works. Then you've got a nice big space still. We've not lost anything. And all our new sockets and plugs and bits and bobs for the TVs and everything is in. And then this bathroom as well. We could have kept the flooring in here, but we haven't done. We're going to change it, make it nicer. Repainting it still. And yeah, that's the progress here. So next week, so all of this should be dried out this week, hopefully. Depends what the weather's saying. But next week, we should then start building our feature panels, which I'm very excited about. And that starts to tie in that end spec. So tune in on the next vlog where we should be capturing this. So we're just here in the Beaumonts, which is our apartment block of 14 apartments that we run on serviced accommodation. We've only got about half an hour until the guests start turning up. We're fully booked tonight, which is amazing. This is the mezzanine apartment, and we've got Jay here with his lovely cinema camera shooting some marketing material because we're doing basically a direct ad campaign now out to local businesses. And I've sat down and put together me talking to camera about the offering and what it provides to local businesses, our rates and things like that. And then we're gonna put it together a load of video content, send that out with our brochure as just a bit more of a personable touch to it. We'll use that to target specifically people who house contractors in the area. Come in though, just show you a bit of this apartment. Our cleaners do a lovely job presenting the beds, making them look really nice. Then come through here, got our kitchen. We ripped this whole building out. I've done a whole video on this, but the whole building was ripped out. We built a new mezzanine floor up in here. Lovely Howden's kitchen. All of this that you see here from this and this and this and this and this, this and this and this, and that painting, all from the British Art Foundation. All in all, this room probably costs about 500 quid to furnish. Some stuff we actually got for free because the Frayed next door, which was an old furniture shop, closed down during the back end of this refurbishment. It just couldn't have been any better. So I just went in there and just ransacked the place with everything. It was like £10 for a desk and £20 for this and that. So we got quite a lot of cheap furniture in here in the end. We still bought all fresh new beds and furniture for the bedrooms, and that did cost quite a lot of money. But anyway, that's this one. That's what we're doing here. Just constantly trying to think, how can we market our services? How can we reach more people? How can we bring more revenue into the business? I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Like the video. Drop me a comment for any other kinds of videos you want to see. We should be posting twice a week from now on by the time you see this. Vlog on a Sunday, and then a midweek sort of concept video where I'll go into a specific topic in more detail. Thanks for watching. If you're interested in learning about HMOs and how we do developments, then check the course link in the description of this video. If you're an investor and you want to work with us, then hit us up at info@bowpartners.co.uk. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Peace and love.